Oh, hello, welcome to Camera Reviews. I have a nice little consignment of dog food. Dog Food 4 issue, summer 04 2015. I think it's issue 6 at the minute, I may be wrong. I just wanted to show you this. I've had this package in my filing cabinet for quite a while now. I thought it deserves a quick look. It's a fascinating book. I think it's the brainchild of Jason Eskenazi and Red Hook Editions. I think Red Hook is the place in New York where the boys were who put this together. It's a little publishing company in America, and it's got some fantastic books, some really great award-winning books. Jason Eskenazi is based in Istanbul, I think. Jason Eskenazi is one of my sort of top 10 favourite photographers. I love his work. He had the Soviet monolith book out years ago, and I didn't buy it. It was the biggest mistake I've ever done. He's got a new set of 2 books coming out to finish off his trilogy, and I'm going to buy it, and I suggest you do too. And I will put a link to where to get his work, and a link to his website, and a link to Red Hook Editions. I haven't looked at this for ages, and I think it's probably a year or so ago since I've looked at it, but I think it's worth a look. It's a sort of uncoated, it's got like a lovely textured newsprinty jotter book feel to it. It's the size of a jotter book, and it's got it's almost like a like a magazine style format. And let me just measure it. It is just under 9 inches, 8.5, standard format, 8 by 11.5. This is about, I think, A4, isn't it? We put an A4 piece of paper next to it. Yeah, dead on. Okay, so let's have a look. So I don't know what I'm going to get. I've forgotten. No, let's have a look at it. So we have Robert Frank's cross-country journey, 1955 to 1956. Is this the New York? Is this the train which took Kennedy? I may be wrong. I'm going to have to look at that. Anyway, Robert Frank's cross-country journey, 55-56. There you go. So the red, and then the shoot from Indianapolis to Butte, San Francisco, Los Angeles, Santa Fe. You know, it's just like a real trek. A friend of mine's just been driving himself, a photographer, Jez Coulson actually has been driving right there. He's got this big beast van he drives around, a big camper van. I don't know what he's up to, but it must be exciting. Right, so photo shoot of the century, making the Dog Food 4 cover. That's that. Interesting collage, montage. David Carroll's 15 commandments. Thou shalt be process driven, not result driven. Thou shalt not be late. Do not covet your neighbour's liquor, or take thy work seriously, but not thyself. So they've got the table of contents: trigger fingers, paw prints, mad dogs, tog tags, Albany photo studio, dogs of war, Turkish photo Roman, dog tracks, photographic journey, nature remoter, lost Doug, Istanbul suitcase, dog eared, Robert Frank's postcard, and a few other things, edited by Lawrence Conrad and Burj Arabian, and Jason Eskenazi and Arjun Swart. So yeah, so I presume this is the brainchild of Jason. So we've got Biek or Bike Diputa, excuse me if this is wrong, and Rina Effendi, and that's the thumbprints. It's such a great idea, I really love it. Paul Prince is the silver gelatine printed project called My Childhood, replacing the darkroom trays with water for 1 month. Okay. Oh, I see, it's the corrosion, I guess, is it? By courtesy of Taylan.net, that's Taylan.net, courtesy of Taylan Bachi. you can find that out, have a look at it and see if you're interested, go further with it. Mondo Cane, courtesy of Thomas Roma, and that's thomasroma.com. They look like shadows. Is it a shadow of a dog, or is it the dog? I think it's a shadow of a dog, isn't it? No, that's interesting. Parents I started taking our family dog, a standard poodle named Tino, the Dyker dog park in the Bay Ridge. Essentially a large enclosed dirt space, also flesh paws. In the late afternoon one day, as my mother and I alternated throwing a tennis ball, Tino noticed the shadows of the dog cast on the dirt, long and wild. All right, okay, so this is the dog shadows from that thing. It's interesting. From the dog pound. Kobani, Trophies of War, uncontext photographs. Should dog food publish these photos without any context, just because in any context they just become sensational? But we need something heavy in dog food. There's too much satire. It is dangerous for us to print this. Will crisis storm dog food HQ in Crimea? Okay. These are like them high street portraits. I think that Martin Parr book was very similar to Martin Parr's sort of portraits. He was going around the world as he travelled and getting these portrait books, and I've got that book. I'll find it and I'll have a look at it. Found in photo studio in the destroyed city of Kobani. All right, so these are the remnants of I presume a burnt out, destroyed Kobani photo studio. Okay. It was either destroyed or left abandoned. Interesting. Of past lives. I read this story recently. Is this the Marine who fell in love with a dog and brought it home? Dogs of War, Memories of the Sun, Fun of Premier Dogs. Interesting. Turkish photo romance, circa 1970s. That's such a great imagination, it's wonderful. Dog tracks. So beautiful, the graphics. I bet it looks stunning in LCD. It looks great from here. I took this field journey and followed it to take places where he haunted butterflies in Baku as well. Okay. Arena Effendi shoot, and that's Refendi, REFENDI.com if you want to find out more about this. I'm trying to work out what it is, and photographer's journey. Following the thread. Interesting graphics. Photographic Nature Circle Monday. There's a lot of text here that's quite difficult for me to read it at the minute. Dog food asks photographers for maps of their journeys. We found out that most photographers no longer make maps. Fair enough. And rely on rely on their iPhones, but some made us maps of their photo projects and made us maps of their lives. Take a little bit of time to work that out, but that's what's interesting. You get a hold of the magazine, have a look. Source the New York Photo Library. It's this. What's this? While photographing along the line of the Union Pacific, June 29, 1869. Oh wow! Great Escape Echo Cannon. Wow. Ash Avenue, 54 to 1988. Destiny, Displacement and Death. Andes Gold Farb. Collection of random abstracty negatives and which look inverted, and no, they are the negatives, sorry, HP5 plus marker on that. Some obviously some deep meaning in this. California Sleepwalkers treasure hunt. There's a lot of information for me to actually spend time going into it, and if anybody, I've got a few copies of these. I have a few. If anybody wants one, I may give 10 away. So yeah, I'll give 10 away. So if somebody gets in touch with me, subscribes to my channel, and I will give 10 of these away to 10 people who subscribe, and email me their contact details. So I will subscribe to my YouTube channel, subscribe to the Twitter channel, and that's, which is quite new, and I'll send the first 10 a copy of dog food. Okay? Istanbul Express. Countries of the world, 40 miles of bad roads over the David Carroll. Right, I guess this is the journey. I get it right. This is, I presume this is the journeys. In order to achieve my photographic adventure, yeah. So these are individual. Antoine Agodijan. Right, I'm getting this now. This is really interesting. You need to get this. It's fantastic. Wow. Now it's all making sense. Wow, look at that. That means so much to this guy, Özkan Yödlan, and it must be an incredible journey. Look at that, Iran, Pakistan, what he's gone through to that journey. Really interesting. How long was it? I went on this journey first, 1995, on an 11,000 kilometre long journey from Istanbul to Kathmandu. We travelled through Turkey. We travelled Turkey thoroughly, and then entered Iran. From Iran to Pakistan. After that, went to India, Nepal, and finally we reached Kathmandu. What a journey! Wow. From Lebanon. Oh, this is a sort of stage of different journeys by Sama Hudad. Yeah, Sama Hudad. Oh, it's such great ideas. It just opens my mind to such sort of possibilities, you know. It's just sort of everything gives it everything a little bit of meaning, you know. It's great. Was that the space journey? Brilliant. The cameraman, 1928. Brilliant still. Look at that eye contact. It's brilliant. It's just so soft. Photographer Doug Sandhage, his diary. Still in port, maybe we will leave tonight, losing its importance. One old style house, interior woman in hall, like her, one roll, paid one game of pool, still go, 35 passengers. Wow. I wonder what the date is on that. Oh right, there's more. So 2015. Crikey, I thought this was really old. What a lovely diary. Ah, hang about, yeah. Is this in 1978 you travelled across Afghanistan with the Polaroid, giving photos to people who had never seen a photo of themselves. Wow. What an interesting concept. Now I'm getting all of this. It's all sort of coming together. Music halls, Istanbul, 80s, found in suitcase on Sunday Flameout. Wow. Oh, mate. Oh, man, that's amazing. Fancy picking these up. 10 photographers named 10 books and 10 films that have inspired their life. Let's find a photographer. Let's find Jeff Jacobson. Books, I and Thou, Martin Buber, Grapes of Wrath, John Steinbeck, and the film The Conformist. Sama Mohad, The Prophet, Callie Grain, films Taxi Driver. Christina de Middle, 100 Years of Solitude, I've read that, it's great. Barbarella, interesting. Stanley Green, A Movable Feast by Hemingway, La Dolce Vita by Fellini. Gus Powell, Andrei Rublev by Tarkovsky, and films The Thin Red Line by Terrence Malick. Laura L. Tantari books, Midak Ali, Nanweeb Mahfouz, and my pronunciations are bad, so bad. Moth Light by Stanley Brakhage, Thomas Roma, Barbaras by Par Lagervis, films Adrift by Tua Zvana Anada, Giancarlo Elmaklos. I don't know why I bother. Robert Nicholsberg, Heart of Darkness, Joseph Conrad, North by Northwest, Hitchcock, Stephen Dupont, Heart of Darkness, Joseph Conrad. That's interesting. Blade Runner by Ridley Scott. Has he got North by Northwest? No. Has he got Blade Runner? Got Apocalypse. Yeah, it's interesting with having the same top book. Interesting. Stephen Ferry, Sense and Non and Sense. Sense and Non and Sense. Morris Malay Ponte. Yoyimbo Akira Kurosawa. Okay. And the presume this is the so this Robert Frank journey. I may be getting confused with another thing with that. I don't know what the Robert Frank journey entailed in each one, and what particular things. I haven't looked at the work, and I'm sure. Let's have a look. The sweet, complete, and the fiction in the campaign. Photographed by the Justice of Peace, Justice Notice. Me, man, and man in the camp. Okay, I can't really make out. Okay. Courtesy of Bill Burker, BINHFOT or binphoto with an H.com. Check it out. Really interesting. I'm going to have another look at this. Like I said, if you want, I'll give 10 of these away. Sign up to this, sign up to Twitter, and I'll send me your address, and the first 10 will get dog food sent to them. Thank you. Thank you, Jason. And I'll buy your book soon.